How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're a current subscriber, all I can do is apologise to you for my lack of consistency. It's just crazy at the minute. To that end, then, what I want to talk about is, for a change, I actually need your help. So I'm on leave now. This is why I'm in the sort of pad house, and probably the next sort of 3 videos, because I'm going to block record a few here before I go away on a bit of a holiday. I'm on leave, so I've got some notes and I'll try to get them out. But the first video I want to talk about then is I need your help. So what we were doing then is, over the past sort of 2 weeks from now, is we done a run. Now, if you are a current subscriber, you would have seen that on my community tab, and if you follow me on Instagram, you have certainly seen it there, because that's where all the sort of high level activity was. But the reason, the whole basis of the run was around mental health, and the reason for that then was a guy called Lance Corporal Robert McCauley, who was a ranger. Don't get confused with the whole rank, but the ranger for us is ethos, but he was a Lance Corporal. He was a junior NCO. He's the second in command, so a 2IC in a rifle company, and that was B company. But sadly, last year, he lost his own battle with his own demons. And the reason why this was so poignant is because of from last year, and it hit his sort of friend circle quite hard. Because he was a larger than life character. He was always the life and soul of a party. He was always the life and soul of, if you're serving in the military, you know, when you're on the ranges, it's wet and it's crap, or you're on exercise, it's wet and it's crap. You always have that one person who's just making fun of stuff and sort of brings the morale up in slightly crapper times. Well, this was this guy. It was moving west to east across Hadrian's Wall in the UK, England. Not that I've seen too much of Hadrian's Wall, but covering that length of time. I think on the brief was 85 miles, but on the GPSs, when we sort of finally hit stop, good GPS, because like flip me, the battery lasted. Anyway, not getting sidetracked, was about 82 miles all in, and the whole plan was to do it continuously, so without stopping, which was achieved. I did say initially when we were starting this 24 hours, and everyone's like, oh lad, why have you just thrown us under the bus? But I think I clocked it at 24 hours, but there's sometimes I was stopping it at checkpoints, but some of the guys left the watch go on. I think it was just slightly over 24 hours, but slightly, anyway, whatever it doesn't matter what time it was, to keep your body continuously moving through sort of arduous terrain is quite an achievement in itself. So how was it done then? It was completely off work, so during the weekend, 2 weekends ago, we set off about 4 or 5 o'clock on the Friday, on the 18th, and then we finished at the same time on the Saturday. I believe it's around 6, I can't actually remember what time it was. I'll have to double check for you. All I just knew it was dark. Started just as it was going into dark, ended in the dark the next day. We had a team around us, so a team of rangers as well, and other people who were connected to some of the people who were taking part in it from different aspects of the army, and some people weren't in the army whatsoever who were helping out. Drove a van, a nice converted van, one of the guys have, and that acted as our sort of safety / admin vehicle. And so the guy planned it out, Tom, he was the main sort of planner of it, done the whole route plan, done it all on the internet, got the sort of links and stuff, sent it to us, and then we all programmed them into your watches. But the safety team also had this as well, and there's every 8-ish miles or so would be a car park or some sort of hard standing. We would run into the van there, and then there'd be like replaying of food and all that kind of stuff. If you want me to do a sort of an in-depth sort of another video on kit and equipment used for that, hit me up, you know, down here in the comment section below, or DM me if you want to know that, and I will do that, because I don't want this video to turn out longer than what it should be. But anyway, we're in there to replaying sort of what food we had to eat and drink, and any sort of blister and all that kind of stuff aids the whole way through, and that was it. 100%. If we did not have that sort of support team, that would have been a very different ball game of a sort of run itself. Progressed anyway throughout the day, throughout the night, because it was the whole first night. Now morale was quite high, and what I would like to add to this as well is quite a lot of people didn't train for this. We including myself, was about 2 weeks before it started, we said, yeah, okay, we're going to do this. I was going to do a bit of a documentary on it, but I soon quickly realised the logistics of using this camera and these kind of cameras and lenses and just microphones, all the rest of it. It just gets pretty nuts whenever you're trying to move quite fast, and then it's actually slowed down. But across that kind of ground, it's just crazy. Yeah, so we just decided to go with this phone, social media, get the message out there about mental health, and to raise money for Mind. That was the goals of it. The charity Mind, raising money, we can see that, we can quantify that goal, because we can see the GoFundMe there, it's there. We're focused, are we going to focus, we're not going to focus, boom, there we go. I think we're currently, as this video now, we're on 5,851. It'd be pretty cool as this video goes out now if we can get that to 6K. That would be pretty cool. But obviously that is a goal there that we can quantify, because we can see the analytics, we can see the money. But the other goal then was to raise the awareness around mental health, and it's okay not to be okay. So talking about that, okay, that goal obviously we can't quantify, but hopefully the power of this camera and everything we do is, if you are someone there who's watching something and you're struggling with anything, that you reach out. If you want to reach out to me, that's fine. I am not a qualified mental health nurse or practitioner, so please be aware of that. I can only go off my own sort of life experiences, so I really do advise you, if you're like rounding more serious aspects of this kind of thing, reach out to the professionals. But if you do need to talk stuff through, 100% I'm here and I can give little bits of sort of life advice. But yes, please do to do the professionals. But what I do realize about doing this run as well is, because everyone like says it's okay to talk and reach out to people, and it is okay, but if you're going through something, it actually is going to be quite hard to reach out to, I would say, to a someone who is you don't see every day, like a professional in that kind of aspect, and that could put people off. So I think the whole sort of thing we wanted to raise awareness is like, reach out to your muckers left and right of you. It is okay to reach out, and it can be like anything. It doesn't have to be post-traumatic stuff within conflict, because as we're moving on through now, there may be other people who may not have experienced that. That is a big key factor, and that's not to take that away from anyone. There's loads of other factors that people sort of overlook, specifically people are serving. Money, debt could be a big thing that can have a negative effect on people. Relationships, whether that be husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, that kind of stuff, because this is a busy flipping job. If you're away all the time, a partner who maybe doesn't realise it that much or can't link to it, they just seem to think that they're being left out, and that can cause dramas, and then you're already on a high intensity kind of thought process because you're in work, and this home stuff can be like conflicting with this, and then it just ends up spiraling out of control. It can be bereavement in your family, it can be a whole host of things, and it just needs to be talking out, and talking through different people, and that can really help you. And it's just that relying on that sort of that face that you know or see every day, and if you are that person who maybe doesn't need to hear it, it's the telltale signs of looking out to your battle buddy. If they're acting in any different way, if they are that larger than life character, but then maybe if they go completely silent, yes, 100% combat indicator there. But maybe if they're not, maybe if they're doing crazy ass stuff, like high octane adrenaline stuff all the time, drinking all the time, wanting to party all the time, it's just looking out for them wee things. And just like, it doesn't need to be that stereotypical stuff where like, oh, come here, give me a cuddle, and then we all start crying together. Because I think that's okay to do that if you want to do that. But I think that kind of whole, when people think about the whole thing, and that whole sort of thought process of it, that kind of puts them off this whole it's okay to talk. It doesn't need to be that. It can be like, let's get a fucking brew, mate, or let's get a beer, right? Well, shit, we're talking, mate. There is different ways where you can just talk things out to each other before it goes like a very different route. And it could be someone watching this in your bedroom or wherever it may be, and you're on your own, and it just ticks a switch with you, and then you reach out and talk. That's the purpose of this video, and that was the purpose of the whole run as well, is to get the minds going. Please, if you do have any other sort of, you want to talk about anything, just drop it down in the comment section. I believe YouTube can be quite anonymous, which is a good thing, which means you can put your own experiences down below and people can learn off your own experiences. But if you don't want to do that, don't need to do that, and you want to DM about anything, please do. Run itself then, if you want a more in-depth view about the run, what it took to do the run, and kit and equipment for the run, drop in the comments and we'll do that as well. And until then, I will see you on the next video. Keep talking and keep striving.
Yeah. Too easy. Tell you what, that fort's nearly as impressive as the wall.
Told me they said, I hope Mag's up there looking down laughing at us. Fucking Mag.